All right, can you hear me now? I think I had the mute on after I just talked all that. Oh, Lordy. All right, can you hear me now? Hold on. I think I had the mute on after I just talked all. All right, guys, I'm so sorry about not sound. Okay, anyway, so I will start all over. Clarence says I had the mute on, I guess, on the phone. So this is the family campsite. There you are. Yeah, here I am. And I said hello to all of you probably, and you didn't even hear me. So I did say hello to everyone. Hi, Chantel. So, and I also was telling you about this project. This is the family campsite. This is by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. And we're just going to do my block by block like I normally do. And then I did ask what you guys were stitching on and drinking. And then I was telling you that my daughter and my boyfriend just left to go to Walmart to pick up some cereal for him. And then I requested some chocolate chip cookies. So maybe instead of my chocolate bar that I put over here, maybe I'll be able to have a chocolate chip cookie. Okay, now that we have sound, so this first number is going to be 905. And we're just working up in this square right here this week or today. Did everyone have a good weekend? A good Monday? Every day I try to figure out how I can not have to go to work. It's kind of a very slow day today. Yeah. It was a little slow today. And what did I do? Anything? Nope. Nothing really, not much. I didn't even stitch. At work, I guess I should say. And I'm trying to put my, I put my fabric, I guess, in backwards of this. I don't know if I did this right on the skew snap. So, to see if it would be a little bit tighter. It is kind of a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Tina said, I just took peach cobbler. Oh, that sounds yummy. Oh, peach cobbler. Are you having ice cream with it? That sounds very yummy. Leanne says, I'm finishing converting Once Upon a Fairy Tale over to Saga and then going to start stitching. Drinking a Dr. Pepper Zero. So I watched, Leanne has a new video out. If you guys want to go check that out. She just downloaded Saga and I think she's liking it. Dragon Lady said, just put a short grain rice in the cooker to make Oni girl for dinner. No over the stove work for me today. Oh, that sounds nice. We had, for dinner, we had steak and asparagus and a baked potato for dinner. That was what was supposed to be dinner for last night. And then we decided to go have a pizza instead last night. So, yeah. It was a busy weekend. That's for sure. Yesterday, I just was so drained. I wanted to do some embroidery stuff on my embroidery machine. And by the time I got my video done and everything, I was exhausted. So, no, I didn't get that done. Alyssa's asking Dragon Lady what Oni Girl, I think I'm saying that, Oni Girl is. The best question is, did you make enough for everyone? Did I make enough? Oh, did someone else? What do you mean I make enough steak? Steak and potatoes and asparagus? Not for everyone, nope. I mean, just for my family. And Tina says, no ice cream for me, lactose intolerance. And Leanne said, she's talking about Saga. She says it's a life changer. It is. It definitely is a life changer. That is for sure. And Clara says, drinking a Coca Zero and stitching on Tiger Club from the Stamp Stitch Club. It's not a stamp kit. They sell PDFs for their art, and that's what I'm choosing to do. Oh, I didn't know they sold other things besides kits. I might have to check them out because I don't usually buy kits. And I see a lot all the time, and I'm just like, I just would rather have the PDF. I don't, and the reason why is because I don't need all that thread. So I don't usually buy kits. I'd rather spend my money on getting more fabric and then just buying patterns. Dragon Lady says, her whatever, if I even said their name right, it says it's rice with a small amount of filling and rolled into a ball, then wrapped in nori. I think that's nori. It's a roasted seaweed sheet. So good. It does sound, if that sounds good. Do you have to sign up as an actual club or, oh. So Dragon Lady's asking if you have to be in a club to do that, I guess. Maybe. Next number is 987, and this is not, is this one max color? I need to write my ones that are max color down. I think this is max color. So this is 986. I don't even know anymore which ones are max and which ones aren't. Now I have to look. Wait. Sometimes I put it in here under, I just have, so I don't know if you can, yeah, I don't have it in there. Yep, this one's max colors. Suki says, so if you transfer a pattern from markup to Saga, you would need to mark the stitches you already completed, correct? Yes. So first so if you have something in markup, because I did have some things in markup, like my Nightmare Before Christmas. So when I put it into Saga, I had to mark all them stitches. But you can actually like make the boxes like bigger. Like I have this box that's highlighted. You can actually highlight all the boxes that need to be filled or whatever. And that's one quick way to fill it in. Or you have to go by stitch by stitch. But you don't really, yeah. I didn't feel like it took me that long to put in the stitches I needed to put in when I redid mine on Saga. Claire says no, not at all. I think she's talking about the club. She didn't have to be in she's not in a club. And Dragon Lady says she'll check it out. And Alyssa says the Stamp Stitch Club isn't exclusive. They have some very nice designs. They have PDF from them as well, Clara. So they're not, yeah. So you can go and get, I think I've looked, but I don't know if I really took a glance at it. I just took a glance at it. The stitching stamp, or the Stamp Stitch Club. I think that's just the name. So I don't think you have to be in a club to buy patterns from them. There's only one of these green stitches, you know, like what did that matter? That little green stitch didn't get for this tree. I don't know what it is about when I come in here and start stitching, but I just poke at my fabric. I'm trying to pin it. Clara says, yes, they got cute full coverage patterns. Hello, Liz. Where is a good place to go to learn how to convert PDFs to Saga files? That's where I'm stuck. There's a couple of them. The pages that were done were easy there. Oh, wait. Nope, let me. Leanne says the pages that were done were easy. There's a pink bucket. Yeah, a pink bucket option where you select the whole area and then fill it all in. And since I do cross country, I have lots of stitches, scattered stitches to do one by one. You do, yeah. But if you do block by block like I do, you just fill the block in by the paint brush. This is 9. This was 987. Okay, so the question that Liz is asking, and Leanne says it's probably taken me about 90 minutes for 13K stitches. And Alyssa says I want to say the Stamp Stitch Club used to be sunflower stitching or something like that. Okay, Liz is asking where she can learn how to convert PDFs to Saga files. So Liz, you have to, in order to convert a Saga file, you have to have Cross Stitch Paradise. If you don't have Cross Stitch Paradise, I don't, that's the only way I know how to convert them. There is also, her name is Susan, and it is Spin the Yarn. I believe that's her channel. Let me look real quick. And then if you're in Yogi's group, that would be another place. So Susan's YouTube channel is called Spinning Yarns Designs. She has a couple tutorials. I believe she does lives, but I know she has some tutorials too. Yeah. I believe. Yes, she has a Paradise cross stitch tutorial. So it's Spinning Yarn Designs, and then also I think on Yogi's page there might be more information in the knowledge part or wherever, the feature part. And then I know another person that I have seen tutorials, but it's been a while since she did one, is Siski. Siski did one time on Saga 2, but I'm not sure if she did a conversion of Paradise. But Susan definitely has one about Paradise. And that's how I actually learned how to convert mine. Hi, Jessica. So, yeah. Them are your best choice. I don't have any. I would have to set up my. So another thing about Cross Stitch Paradise is you can't put it on your iPad. So, no, on your Apple. I mean, I haven't found a way to put it on my Apples. So I actually have to have my Android. I have an Android that I use just for Cross Stitch Paradise, and that's it. So we'll take a look and see if I can figure out the Paradise program. Thanks. Yep. So, and I know Susan's got links on her, on them videos too. And I know they're also, I think there's some in Yogi's. If you follow Yogi on Facebook, her group, she has them. Okay. We did that color. Now we're going to go, the next number is 3023. And if you just type it, maybe if you just type in YouTube and do Cross Stitch Paradise, you might be able to find other people doing that. I'm not really, I just know I've watched Susan usually. All right, this number is going to go, I don't know. Right here? Yeah. Hi, Grace. She says hi, Dawn. Hi, Stitchers. Lance says, I downloaded it on my computer, then emailed the file to my iPad. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can, I think you can put it on across your computer. I haven't tried actually putting it on my Microsoft. I should try that. What I do is I save my files from my, like everything is on my iPad, and I just save them in my, actually in my Google Drive. So then when I go to my Android, I get them off my Google Drive. And then when I want to take it back to my Apple, I save the DIZ. That's what it's a DIZ conversion. That's what makes it go into Saga. So I actually save that in the Google Drive, and then that's how I pick it up to get into my iPad. Let's see, I'm trying to see where I'm at. Okay, there's that stitch. So I need to go here and park. So this is one of the ones that I tried doing like a cross-country theme. That's why you can see some of them they're stitched. And I don't like it, so I had to give up. This next number is 3787. I'm not a cross-country girl. I've tried. That's probably why I'm a slow stitcher, because I don't really... Andrea says, I'm late but made it. I had to get my dinner cooked. It's okay. Welcome. We just started maybe... Well, I started without a voice again, so you didn't really miss too much at the beginning because I had no sound again. People watching the replay probably think, oh my God, she can't even get the sound right. That did not stick. Hello, Janine. Hello, Crafty Tabby Cat. And then hello, South Stitches. How is everyone tonight? Are we stitching on anything tonight? So, actually, oh, there I go. I can't stitch tonight, I guess. Jessica with Lumi, I think I'm saying her channel right. It's Lumi Stitches, Lumi. She just put in a video, and she actually is doing this this pattern, and on her video, she is doing the left hand corner, and she's got the guitar part almost filled out. Well, it is filled out, I think. Or quite filled out. So it's kind of neat to see someone else stitching this in a different area than me. And actually, she has a lot of patterns that I stitch, too. And she does them in different areas, too. So it's kind of nice to see how they come out. All right, my next color is going to be 2, the number 2. Jessica says, stitching on the Marvelous Circus. So I have to get a thread out. And then Andrea says, I'll be working on my hate style after I finish eating. Oh, what are we eating? We had steak tonight. And hello, Dawn Anderson. She says, hello, it's my first time joining. This looks amazing. Thank you and welcome. My name is also Dawn too. We have something in common. This pattern, if you're not know what it is, it's called The Family Campsite, and it's by Aimee Stewart, and it's Max Colors, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I am just in this left-hand corner. This piece right here is actually the beginning of a squirrel, whenever I get back to it. And this is a camper that is coming to life. And Janine said, started Dragon Race and almost have 1,000 stitches in. Yay, Janine. A new start. And Janine says, Lumi, Marvelous Circus is fun. I'll be working on that the end of the week. I'm waiting for mine to get spun. Crafty Tabby says, it's called Garden Clementines from Cross Stitch Kits Ayla. I said that wrong. On Etsy. I don't think I've heard of that Etsy shop. Andrea says, I want to get Dragon Race, but at this point, I am pattern collector. Never had time to stitch on anything. Everything. You just started. Andrea, just start them. I don't either. I think, so the other day I added 3 more, I added 3 more new starts to my wheel. So now I am up to, let's look at my wheel for a minute. Oh, get off of there. I am at an even 60 whips. Okay, I'll never finish anything, but yeah. I have 60 whips right now in progress that I spin for. Dawn says, laughing out, it's a good name. Yeah, it is. Dragon Lady says, Dragon Race is into the night is incredible. Wish I had the coverage. Wish I had, or not the coverage, the courage. And Janine says, Dragon Race is big, but I just couldn't resist. And Janine says, yes, Adria. Start Dragon Race with me. Start it with Janine. Alright, that's not where that goes. Come on. These lighter colors are a little bit harder sometimes to see. I have 25 whips and a few on the list that are not started yet. Laughing out loud. Plus the stamp kits, right, Janine? You don't count them, right? Andrea says, I have 165 whips and another 250s charts waiting. Okay, that was just my whips that I have in progress. I don't know how many I have just sitting in my pattern book. And that was actually just full coverage. So I do have non-full coverage that I do too. But right now I don't have them all on a wheel. I just have 6 on a wheel. Dragon Lady says, I wish I had 25 whips and 200 to that and 200 to that, Janine. Stamp kits don't count. Those are side quests. Oh, okay. So we're going out of town this weekend, and I'm trying to decide on what. I think I've tried to stitch in the car, and I get car sick very easily, like motion sickness, so I kind of have to keep my eye on the road, or, I can't look down very much at my phone. And it's a 5-hour drive, so I think I might try taking my knit stuff, my washcloth that I've been working on for 3 months now. My first ever knit project is still in progress. I only do it on when we do our Stitch and Bitch Club. Jessica says, I stopped counting after 50. Yeah, I probably should do. Alright, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. There's them two. That goes here. These like colors are kind of hard to see. Dragon Lady. Janine says, Dragon Lady, pick 24 and add dragon race to your thing. I think that's very pretty, but that's not really my style, so I don't think I would ever stitch it, actually, dragon race. It is pretty. I like to watch it on other people stitch it, though. It's kind of like the 6 portal, too. I don't ever see myself stitching that. Alright, where am I going to go with this? Right here, I'm going to go. This next number is 13. Alyssa says, I have a bunch of whips. I'm saving for the floss. For my favorite Haid. I don't know how to say that, so I'm not gonna. And it's by Dragon Moose. Dragon Lady says, good idea, Janine. And then someone can find a modified body in about 8 years. It will probably be forever before I get to dragon. Ha ha ha. Yeah. It'll probably be forever if I get to anything on mine. This light green color just needed to come right here. We just need 1 stitch of it to put some texture in the tree, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Have you seen Anne, the Max Color Stitcher? She's at 60%, I think. Yeah, I haven't watched her show for this past Sunday yet. I was catching on some other ones today. So I'll probably watch Ants tomorrow. Crafty Tabby says, I loaded my current project on Yogi's Facebook page. Okay, I'll go check that out. Number 13, back on my needleboard. And then our next color is going to be 169. Andrea says, I just purchased the 2 panels of the library dogs and the library cats. Apparently, I think big and heavy confetti charts. I'm kind of in the defense right now about the library dogs. So I already have the library dogs max color, regular. But I don't know if I want to, because I'm not even nowhere to a dog on the one I have. So I don't know if I want to go big. I know I'll probably show more detail, but I don't know if I want to start all over. Alyssa says, I like watching Ann Max Color Stitcher and Sissy's progress on Dragon Race. And Janine says, most confess, Ann is a big reason to get... Oh, Ann is the reason why she got Dragon Race. See, we're all enablers on here. We just show our work and then someone else will be stitching it probably. That's why, yeah. And Janine says, yikes, Andrea, those are way too big for me, but love watching other people tackle them. Yeah, I think I like it too. I just like, I love how everyone's doing the library cats. Yeah. Maybe I'll just stick with what I have and then just watch everyone else tackle them, like you, Janine. I'm kind of getting tired of restarting things. I restart and then I don't want to restart anymore because I feel like I'm not getting anywhere if I restart them. Okay, I'm going to go back this way and down instead. This next number is 320. Crafty Tabby says, what state are you in, Dawn? I am in Illinois. And so it is 7:30 here. And Andrea says, currently seeking, for Dragon Lake, currently seeking a vampire or a immortal drink. Janine, Dawn, you are almost to a dog on that. Yeah, I am, but not quite there yet. It's going to take me a little bit. This next number is 320. It's another green. Dragon Lady says, now that it's a good idea, Andrea, I could swoop in and visit you while you stitch, laughing out loud. Jessica says, Dawn, You are the biggest enabler. I'm sorry. Here's my theory. I feel like if I get, well, I do have still a lot of charts I haven't started. But like the other day I had some fabric that I ordered and I haven't put it with any projects yet. So I went through and so on my wheel I put Gobblestone from Kim Jacobs. Gobblestone Bakery from Kim Jacobs. So that'll be a new start whenever it comes on my wheel. And then, what other one? Oh, I'm doing this an artisty one because I don't really have a lot of artisty ones going. So I wanted to try to get a variety. I want to get some more variety instead of I always have Haid cross stitch. So I wanted to start the Grand Library. Is it the Grand Library? I think that's the one I got. Yeah, the Grand Library, but I don't have big enough fabric, so I have to wait until I get paid to get that fabric. Dragon Lady just had a major temperature drop here from 100 to 99. Dragon Lady, where are you at again? So it was like that last week for us, and then we had all these storms come through last week, and then it's cooled it down. But we have more storms to come this week again. 320 on this one. Hello, Travis. How are you? Oh, yeah. Hello, Travis. And then Turtle Stitcher says hello, too. Hello, Turtle Stitcher. Shirley says, hi, all. My first time live from Australia. Well, welcome. Glad you could join us. And Janine says, Yogi is enabling Dawn. Well, yeah, she does enable me. Oh, darn. 524 is the next one. I think everyone that I watch enables me. I see a pattern, I'm like, oh, I might need to stitch that. And then I'll go look on the website and I'm like, oh, here's another one I could stitch. Travis says he's at work for at least 20 more minutes. Okay, well, hopefully you can listen. We'll still be on for 20 more minutes. We'll probably stay on until, usually I end about 10 p.m. My time. Oh, Dragon Lady says California out. Oh, in the desert. Okay. That's right. I'll remember one day. My aunt lives in California. Don't ask me where, though, please, because I don't know where she... It's been a while since I've been to her house. One, two. I'm going to park there. And this is 524. Dragon Lady said, since I started watching Yogi, I started 6 new full coverages. Okay, we won't talk about how many I've started since I started watching Yogi. Yeah. If you watch her, I haven't been on the last couple of days because it was a busy weekend, that's for sure. And so on Sunday I was trying to get my video up running. So I literally totally missed Yogi on Sunday. But she always usually jokes around with me because last year I started 60, I think it was 60 full coverage. And I'm almost, yeah. So, I don't know how many I've started this year. I think I'm in like the 20 range right now. This is probably why I don't get bored with my cross stitch either, is because I start new things. And I don't really ever get burnt out either. Now, if I don't get to stitch, I'm kind of upset because I didn't get my stitching in. Like was it Saturday? Yeah, I only was able to get my stitching in for my 100 stitches, and that's it, because we went to the rodeo. I was gone all day for this class I took for my embroidery machine, and then we went to the rodeo that night, and that was an all night. And then time you get home, because we were in the sun and it was very hot, I wasn't feeling good, so I just came home and went straight to bed. Alyssa says, I see a pattern you guys are doing and think, oh, that's nice. Then you start stitching it and it's so pretty. So then I buy it. Laughed out loud. Yep. Yep. That's that's what I do. You know how Siski is charting her own little charts on ChatGPT? So I did that the other day. I was playing around because I was kind of bored at work. So I thought, oh, I'm going to just play around on my phone. And so I have made some patterns, and they're cute, but I don't know if I want to spend $50 on the program to make them into cross stitch. Because I'm afraid, I don't know if I'm going to have time. Because I really want to get into my embroidery machine here soon. Like, get more time in it so I can start doing some more stuff. Ruth says, oh, she says hello. And then Grace says, Dragon Lady, are you out by me? I live in the, oh, she's asking if you, oh, Dragon Lady and Grace are very close. You guys should make a spot and go stitching one day. Travis says, I was watching Kamar's live the other day, and she typed in her live chat that she has started watching my live stream. Oh, that's nice. And then Jessica says, I live in California near Lex. Yeah. And then Dragon Lady, Small World. Janine says, Yogi does say you have like 200 starts. I don't have 200 starts, but yeah. Yeah. And Dragon Lady says, we're practically next door neighbors, Jessica. And right now I have nine cells I'm stitching on. What was I thinking? Oh, now I remember. I wasn't thinking. And Andrea says, Alyssa, I am on the way. Now I started creating my own pictures to chart. Oh, Andrea, and then Dragon Lady says, I'm still using pattern marker for 25 years ago, and it still works perfect. So is pattern Pattern Maker, does that, do you get charged for that? $8.90. $8.90 is my next number. Maybe I just need to look into that one. I just don't see spending $50 on a charting program if I'm only gonna do it one time. That's my hardest thing right now. Is someone in our house, Mr. Vance? Okay, that was kind of a little crazy. Oh, it's my family. It sounded like someone was in my kitchen, but it's just my family. Janine says, design your own charts. Takes a lot of time. I'm happy doing other people's charts. Yeah, I'm thinking that too, Janine. But I do have this one. It's kind of like a little bakery that has like donuts and cookies and that. So I was just kind of, I don't know, thought about seeing about putting it in a chart thing. Hello, Golden Art Farm. Hello, I'm new to stitching. So have you ever cross stitched or just new to the channel? So this, and welcome. This is all about cross stitching. We're just stitching this pattern. It's called the Family Campsite. And it's by Aimee Stewart. And it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Dragon Lady says, no, it was a program I bought and it's like amounts of colors, fabric, everything to make a really good chart. Okay. So this next color is almost the rest of this block here. So we're going to finish up this block and go to a next block. And then Adrian says, laughing out loud. Or Alyssa says, Adrian laughing out loud. If you start stitching them, then I'll need to buy yours too. I think we all will. So Adrian, if you're, show us yours. Well, you can, hello?
I'm going for a ride.
All right. You guys kind of scared me. I heard a noise and I was like, there's someone in my house. But I didn't hear you guys pull up or have a ding.
He wants to go for a ride.
All right. Did you guys get my snack? Sophia, did you guys get my snack?
No.
You didn't get a snack for me?
Oh, you guys are cookies.
Okay, that's what I asked for.
But I was gonna make cookies.
Oh yeah. Well, you're kind of a little late.
Ugh.
You can still make them.
No, I'm making them tomorrow.
Well, that's why I want one now, though.
When you get cookies now?
Dragon Lady says it only costs $30 at $29 at the time. Okay. And Golden Art Farm says, nope, never cross stitch, and I'm new to the channel as well. Cool campsite photo. I'm working on a hummingbird photo. So cross stitch is very relaxing. You just take some thread and make an X in this fabric. If you keep watching, you'll probably get addicted. So welcome. I don't really say when I go live because lately it's just been up in the air when I go. I was trying to do it every other day, but right now I think it's just going to be up in the air. Grace says, I love the colors in this pattern. Me too. I love when the sky has like more than just a blue sky. It's got the pink and the purples. And I think that's another reason why I do block by block, because like, well, sometimes, not all patterns, but like this pattern, I go to the next block and I'm doing different colors. I'm not doing just all these green colors for this tree. Dragon Lady says, sorry for all the typos. It's okay, Dragon Lady. And Andrea says, I need to stitch one to see how it turns out. So Andrea, are you making patterns that are full coverage or just non-full coverage? And Alyssa says, I really like the lives. They feel like they are very addictive. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do. I like the lives too. It's like talking to your friends. Well, we are all friends. What am I talking about? We just get together weekly. I think Susan was on earlier. I didn't catch her today. I noticed Yogi wasn't on Saturday. Did I miss something? Like, is she changing her schedule again? Like, is she not going live on Saturdays anymore either now? Did I miss something? Did I miss hearing something? Dragon Lady says, I'm sorry to leave chat, but husband just asked if I wanted to take a trip to Hobby Lobby. Well, duh, of course I'm going, laughing out. Thank you, Busy Mom. Well, yeah, I wouldn't pass it up either. Dragon Lady, you go have fun. Enjoy Hobby Lobby. You'll have to tell us what you got, if you got any good goodies when you come back on our next live. Oh, Janine says, no, just this week, no Saturday for Yogi. She is working too much, I think. Yeah, I think so too, Janine. Wonder if she's just always busy in the summertime because people take vacation, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to end this thread. And we got that block done. So we're going to move to my next block. This was 890. I'm going to put it on my board. Okay, so now I'm going to do my park threads and then we're going to do DMC order. Melissa says Yogi had extra classes and didn't want to do Saturday Live too late. So she decided to cancel. It's for this week only. Okay. Alright, so my first stitch is not where it's supposed to be. Because it says right here, we don't have that one. Or do we? I think we do. It's just in the wrong spot. Okay, I've got to check what this color is. It should be 414. Yeah, that's true. It's up too high. I think I parked it in the wrong spot. So I have to take it out and move it down one. Suki says, Dawn, have you tried CXC or painted fairy floss? I do have CXC. I tried it. I tried it on the Amazing Animal Kingdom. That's what I tried it on. Because I was going to try Tint Stitch. And it's not the thread I didn't like. I just don't like Tint Stitch. So I do have CXC. I just do not use it. And a lot of it's because I have DMC. And I just prefer DMC. I don't know. I've always just stitched with DMC, so I just prefer it. But I do have all CXCs, but yeah, I don't really use it. It just sits in a box right now. And then Painted Fairy, no, I do not have theirs. And Alyssa says, how lucky is Dragon? Dragon, my husband would never offer to go to Hobby Lobby. Oh, really, Alyssa? See, now my boyfriend always, he's like, is Hobby Lobby having fabric sale? Because he knows. And you all have seen my room, and I have more fabric. You just can't see it when I go on my, when I do my YouTube, my videos, my updates. I actually have more fabric than what you see in the background. And he's always like, you want to go get some more fabric? Sure, if you're buying, I will get fabric. And he actually will go in the stores with me. So he'll actually go in the quilt stores with me too. So the other day we went, it's been a couple months, we went to the quilt store. And I was looking at some fabric. And the ladies in the quilt store were like, does he always go with you? My husband would just sit in the car. He never comes in with me. I'm like, yeah, he comes in. Sometimes he'll pick the fabric for me. Yep, and he doesn't mind at all. And Janine says, mine either, Alice. Well, we don't have a Hobby Lobby near us anyway, so. Janine, when he says you need to go to Walmart, you tell him, well, we have to go to Hobby Lobby too since we're going to Walmart. It's a trade. If he wants Walmart, then you get to go to Hobby Lobby. My daughter was at Hobby Lobby. My daughter and my boyfriend were at Hobby Lobby when I was at that sewing class that I was doing on Saturday, and she texted me and she's like, do you want these? It was a container for 4th of July or something that you could put flowers in. And I was like, sure, if you're buying. And Janine says, that's because you're not married. Well, Janine, we could legally, we probably are, because we've actually been together for over 15 years, but, I think even if we were married, he'd still do it. Alyssa says, laughing out loud, my husband says I spend too much money at the craft store. Well, I don't have that either, but that's another, I'm not married. You're correct on that one. My money is my money and his money is his money. Janine says, ha ha ha, he would sit in the car, but he would let me go. Well, that's good. This next one is 648. Well, I don't have a husband or boyfriend, but I have a Hobby Lobby, says Grace. Grace says no boyfriend, no husband, and she does have a Hobby Lobby. And Alyssa says, oh no, my husband comes in. Then he's like, do you really need that? Yes, I do. The 2 desks that I have in here, well, yeah, I have 2. There's actually 3 of them in my room, but 2 of them are actually Hobby Lobby desks that we got. Because they're like they're them ones that stand, you know, you can stand up with them. Two. I think I'm losing my spot here. Where am I at? Okay, here's that purple one. I don't know where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out where to put this piece of... Okay, I think it needs to go here. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Oh, they're back. Everyone's back now. They went for a car ride. They took the little pups on a car ride. He just drives around the neighborhood in the Bronco. This next one is 415. These light colors because of the trailer or the camper. Hi, Betty. And she says, my hubs even helps me get the DMC sometimes. So pull them all as I read off the numbers. Oh, that's so nice. Hello?
Hello. He's back.
All right. My producer is back. Mr. Sparkles.
Back to the control board. There you go.
Do you want some ice cream, please? And Mom wants her snack.
Alright.
He has ice cream?
Maybe.
You got Mr. Pooh's snack ice cream?
No, we have ice cream in the freezer. Then Mom will have cookies now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, maybe. Are you coming back down?
Maybe.
Or you can just bring them to me. That's fine.
Okay.
Andrea says, I usually have my son with me and have to bribe him for me to go to Hobby Lobby. Janine says, my husband is totally shocked when I tell him I need a floss color. He says, I have enough floss to last 30 years. I don't have, might look like I have a lot of floss too, but I don't think I have 2 or 3 of every color.
This is not for you. This is not.
And Grace says, Janine, yes, but not that color. Janine says, Grace, he would say, how is that possible? Grace says, Janine, laughing out loud. It just is possible that you could not have that same color. You used it all, tell him. I used it all. I have to go get more. My next color is going to be 524. Andrea says, I just started buying cones of the DMC. Too many projects. What are you doing?
Getting the co-host ice cream.
No. He gets ice cream?
Yeah, since it has to go to that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
She wants to
That's when they're going to say that he's a chunkers.
That's what happened. Did you tell Mommy did anything with your duck friends?
I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. 1, 2, 3. I think I want to go here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alyssa says, can you tell him they added a bunch new colors for... Just tell them they added a bunch of new colors for DMC. You have to go get them to put them in your master set.
What are you doing? What's wrong? No, okay, the other one. Yes.
He doesn't want any ice cream?
No, he's over here.
I don't think he's allergic. Travis says we got to leave work early tonight. Well, yay, Travis! Now you can start stitching. Hopefully. All right, I'm gonna pin this one, and we're gonna get the next thread. This one's 524, so I'm gonna put it on my board. All right, now we're going to go to 169. Travis, oh, let's see. Ruth says, question. She says, question. Is there a reason why floss tube updates are not done as a live? No editing, require instant feedback, can transition into a stitch with me. I don't know why. No, I'm not sure why no one does it as a live. You mean show our projects what we've stitched on as a lot? Do it as a live instead of editing and everything. I bet you there's some people that just want to. They just want to go get it done, and they don't want to. So going live is not just a simple task where you can, just so you know, it's not very simple to go live. I mean, yes, you have to have a phone. I guess you don't have to have all this equipment I have, but it takes me a little bit to set this up before I go live. And then sometimes my camera's not working the right direction, so I have to play around with that to get it the right way. I don't know why no one ever goes live for an update. I don't know if I would ever either. But I've never tried it, so I can't really say I wouldn't do it. And Travis says, I'm going to tune in for a little bit. Tia and I are going to watch an anime called Fairy Tale tonight. Okay. All right, Travis. Sounds good. My daughter brought me a chocolate chip cookie, so I might take a bite out of it real quick. All right, the next number is 647. I'm kind of doing some light gray colors tonight, right now, because I'm working on the top part of this camper. I do like how this one looks and how it comes out. You can see stuff coming out. I think when I get closer to just the plain block stitching, I don't even know if there'll be block stitching for the camper. And Janine says, it's coming out very nice. It is. It is. I have a piece of hair sticking in my face. Hold on a second. It's itching my face. Sometimes I feel like my glasses get dirty really easy. Okay, now where am I going? Does anyone think that Hate will have a 4th of July sale? That's not very far away, 4th of July. Anyone else have a 3-day weekend coming up this weekend? We have a 3-day weekend from where I work because I don't know if I ever say it right, but it's called June 19th or whatever. I say June 10th, but I don't think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just our state that does it. I don't know. Travis says, hey, Alyssa, hope the mini earthquake last Friday wasn't too bad. Oh, Alyssa, did you have an earthquake? You had an earthquake, and we had a horrible storm on that Thursday night. Dawn says, do you prefer landscapes like this to stitch? Yes. So I do, like this one is like a camp scene. I like, yeah, landscape or like bakery stuff. I have a couple, like I have the, I don't do people, if anyone's ever wondering. I just don't do any kind of, if there's I'll do people if they're small enough, but if the whole pattern is a person, like, I don't know, like Stitches So Beautiful has some where there's a girl in the dress and it's a rainbow dress, and I mean, there is very cute, don't get me wrong. I just don't stitch things like that. I don't do too many cat stuff because I'm a dog lover. I have a dog. I don't have cats, so I don't really do too many, like just all, like everyone did that cats for May. I don't do very many cat cross stitch. I mean, I have some that have cats in it. That's fine, but it's not something I seek out. But I do love, I do love holidays, like, so Christmas cross stitch I love anything Halloween cross stitch. Landscape would be probably the biggest one. But my thing when I look at patterns is if it's going to, I know not all of my patterns do this, but I really, anymore, I try to find a pattern that I know this stuff's gonna come out. Oh, I better start. Hold on a minute. I forgot that I'm talking and not changing my colors. Let's mark that one. And let's get my next one, which is 3787. So anything that when I look at it and I see like, oh, by the time I stitch that, I'm gonna get something like that's gonna come out and that's gonna come out. I like anything that has a lot of stuff that's gonna pop out. And I am a big Aimee Stewart fan, so I do have not a lot of hers. Now, there's some of hers that I wouldn't stitch, but I do have a lot of her patterns. And I did not do the Hate Sal, so I did not get that pattern because at one time they said you had to do one whole page. And I was like, there's no way I can get one whole page done. So I don't, when they make you do a certain amount of stitches, I usually don't participate because I can't ever get to what they ask for. So I'll do Stitches So Beautiful challenges, but that's because you only have to do 250 a week. But I probably won't be doing too many more of them just because I like my schedule on how I do things now. This next number is 3862. And Janine says, oh, I bet they will. Talking about the 4th of July Hate Sale. I'm hoping for a sale. I need more charts. Andrea, I thought you were making charts, so why don't you just start producing them and we'll all buy for you. Alyssa says, I hope Hate has a sale because I've got a cart full just waiting for a sale left. And Grace says, Dawn, do you know you're enabling me to stitch this one? Oh, yep. I'm so sorry. It's a gorgeous one. It's fun. I don't even camp and I'm stitching this. My kids were big campers when they are with their dad. Their dad was a camper. They went camping a lot with their dad when they were little. Maybe that's why I thought about doing this. I don't know. I just like all the little things popping out. Like at the bottom there's, but see, I'm not even going to get to the bottom. There's guitars, there's different kinds of animals. There's raccoons in this one. I have a squirrel coming in over here eventually. Melissa says, yes, it turned out to be a small earthquake, but my husband slept right through it. Travis says, that sounds like me with thunderstorms. Yeah, I wish I could sleep through thunderstorms. I can't. I'm up in a minute, but then our dog doesn't sleep either, so I'm usually up with him. All right, my next color is going to be this 3/860. And Melissa says, I told my husband you couldn't even feel the earthquake, but I heard it. It sounded like a freight train coming at you and then rolling on by. You sure it wasn't a tornado? Because that's what a tornado sounds like. So I've been in one tornado when I was younger, before I had kids. And it literally stopped in the back of my yard. And then it jumped over our house and went down in the field. And it literally sounded like a train was in our backyard. It was it just got like it got really, really quiet. And then it was raining and pouring and thundering, and it just got really quiet. The sky changed to a different color, and then before we knew it, a tornado was in our backyard. It was the most scariest thing ever. Dawn says, she's so sorry. You mean sorry, not sorry, laughing out loud? Yep, that's what I mean. Andrew says, we had an earthquake last week and it was the first in that area. And Jessica says, I got this pattern because of the raccoons when we were camping. They got into our stuff and we tried to get to our tent. Oh. Raccoons are not the cute, like they are the creepiest little creatures. So when I was married to my ex-husband, we lived on a farm. Because he's a farmer. And so we actually lived in his grandpa's house. Well, we bought his grandpa's house. But the raccoons would literally come on our porch and eat the cat food. Oh, and then they would scare me at nighttime because they'd be making noises. Oh, it's this creepiest thing. They are creepy. All right, my next number is going to be the number 3. And it's the rest of this block. So we'll get another block in probably. Alyssa says, yes, you're right. The tornado sucks all the air around it. It gets really hot, and it also sounds like a freight train. Yep. So the other day we did have a tornado touch down where I live. It touched down in just one little spot. It was the weirdest thing. But they're not really, I don't know if they're really calling it was a tornado or just really heavy winds. But it actually destroyed our ALP, which is the place where our animals go so you can adopt them and that. It's the shelter for animals. So yeah, that got destroyed. And then the next day we had some more heavy winds. And the sirens went off this time. That time the sirens didn't go off. This last time the sirens went off. And me and my little pups went into our little closet that we have to go into. And it was just windy. And then when the next morning you would go outside, you just see all the tree branches just laying around on the ground. They're just not fun. But we live in a territory where we have them, so just got to get used to them, I think. We just don't get them as bad, I think. And then Janine said, I was very close to a tornado in North Carolina, and I was so scared, and it was probably about a mile away in the backyard. Yeah. Well, if it's in the backyard, you're freaking out. But I was just glad that, we, nothing happened to our house. That was the biggest thing. It was amazing. It just kind of like God was watching us or something, and he just told it to jump over it. Alyssa says, I live in Oklahoma, so we get everything besides a volcano laughing out loud. I mean, you think raccoons are creepy? Well, I mean, there's probably other things that I think are creepy too, but I don't think I could handle a bear on my porch. Actually, my biggest fear is seeing a mouse. I'm more scared of them things than any. They are probably of me. When I lived on the farm, our farmhouse, I was doing laundry, and the farmhouse is an older farmhouse, so I was doing the laundry and was walking up the stairs. So when you live by fields, you usually do have some kind of mice in your house, unfortunately, because in the wintertime they're coming into your house to try to get warm. But this year in particular, I was walking up the stairs and there was a dead rat on my steps, and I screamed and hollered and ran up the stairs, and I couldn't go back down it for a while. It was so gross. Travis says the little trash pandas are cute, laughing out loud. They will wash their hands before they eat their food. Adrian says, Alyssa, I'm in Texas. We get them very occasionally in various places, but this is new area it hit. And Grace says, Dawn, do you have a basement? No, I don't have a basement. So I have a 2-story house, but my downstairs has lots of windows too. So we actually go under our stairs that go upstairs. There's I call it my pantry. It holds my plastic stuff and other things. So we go in there. I go in there because it's about the sturdiest thing that can hold. That's in our house. Our bathrooms all have windows in them, and well, actually the one downstairs has a window in it, so you don't really want to go in there. And it's on the outside of the house. Well, not the outside, but the walls are on the outside, so we just go in there and sit on the floor for a little bit. Alyssa says, Andrea, interesting. It went fast here. No aftershock either. Leanne says, we live next to a big field and have mice all the time. It's so gross. Yeah. I had them a lot too when I was married and lived on the farm. My ex-husband would put the traps out, the sticky traps, and then they would stick and wiggle on them, and oh my god. And then I would just leave it there until he could pick it up, because I wouldn't even dare pick them up. Ooh. No. And Janine says, I just had a bear by my porch last week. Got into our garbage and made a huge mess. Got the neighbor's bird feeder 2 days ago. Oh, no, thank you. That would freak me out too, probably. Leanne says, we get Amarnell. What? They're so weird looking. And Alyssa says, oh, Leanne, I agree. Field mice are the worst. So hard to get rid of them. Oh, Janine says, I think we have a skunk living under our house. Oh, that's gross, Janine. So you smell that? Do they spray? Because my God, that would gross me out. I'd have to be hollering for someone to come over. Leanne says, no, I don't do mice ever. Me either. And Janine says, sticky traps are the worst. They are the worst. Alyssa says, sticky traps are so disgusting. When they crawl out of their skin. Oh, no. That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Janine says, we can smell it now and then, and at first thought we had a gas leak, then realized. Oh. I don't know. I don't think I'd be. Wonder how you can get them out. Huh? Oh, he just wants someone to sit with him. Or he just wants you to leave him alone. Leanne says, ew, I'm thankful I haven't seen that do that. I'm traumatized. Yeah. I've seen that happen, and yeah, it's gross. Well, I'm not going near. Laughing out. All right, Janine.
What?
Oh, I think you heard something.
My co-host is on the move.
He's on the move. He must, or he has to go potty.
That's what's wrong.
Our dog just ran out of my room. He just ran like something was happening. There was no doorbell ring, so no one's here. Oh, he hears something, that's for sure. All right, now I have one stitch left for this block. Then we'll get to a new one. It's one stitch on this little corner right here. Lisa says, I've heard skunks like marshmallows. Really? All right, my next color is 3756. Dawn says, I knew a guy who had a pet skunk once. She was very sweet and didn't smell because she was descented. Well, that's good. That no one can imagine having a skunk pet. And Travis says, we have a community of turkey vultures living near us. They are like 30 to 40 of them. Oh my. It says, we have coyotes and big bald eagles. Leanne says, I'm going to choose think about all the deer and the little goose family we host every spring instead of these other creepy creatures. Alright, we're going to move on to my next block. It's 841. We'll do one more block probably. I'm probably not even. Both them blocks had stitches already on it. This one has none. We're started, so maybe we'll get do some color because I see some blue thread. Leanne said, let's think positive thoughts. And Alyssa says, I've heard skunks are a lot like having a cat. Oh. This next color is going to be 3846. It's a blue. I think we're going to be making a little flag here. Janine says, we have lots of coyotes, bears, raccoons, skunks, possum, turkeys, deer, ferocious cats, which are super mean. We live at the base of a mountain. Travis says, you can litter train a skunk. Grace says, I have a peacock in my community. And we really do have mean squirrels. Yeah. Speaking of squirrels, today when we were letting our dog out, There's two squirrels arguing, and one of them, they scared the crap out of me today. Because they kept running off the fence and chasing each other. It's so weird. I think they were fighting over, they're probably eating my garden food and fighting over who got the tomato or whatever they were. Hopefully they weren't in my garden. I hope not. Dawn says you can. Do we have a different? We have another Dawn here. No, that's still the same one. I think we had two Dawns in here. Maybe not. Well, three counting me, but. Janine says, I actually think skunks are very pretty, just stinky, laughing out loud. Shirley says, I see kangaroos in the morning and even in our front yard. Also hear the kookaburras, I don't know how to say that, every day. Oh, I would love to see a kangaroo every morning. That would be awesome. So do you see koala bears then too? Is that what? Andrea says we have issues with wild hogs here. Oh. I think these are little flags that I'm going to be stitching. Like a little flag banner. And Janine asks, aren't kangaroos mean? I don't know, Janine. Anyone know if they're mean? And Dawn says, I just changed my name. Okay. And Janine says, wild hogs. And then Jessica says, I encountered a whole family of peacocks and filmed them. Aww. Yeah?
Nothing.
Oh.
I just started the exhaust one.
Alright. Texas is full of wild hogs. They tear up with land.
Why they're not using this?
Using what?
Your microphone.
Because I can't get it to work.
Okay, good.
Melissa says, I like the sound of peacocks when they call. Mm-hmm.
And then I
Wild hog. Wild hogs were super scary. You would have to be very careful when walking the dogs to not cross a family of them or you would get seriously hurt. No. The peacocks walks the streets. Andrew says, yes, they are bad. And people usually hit them with their car. On purpose? Or just because there's so many of them and they don't move? It sounds like you guys have we have deer that come out. Not on purpose. They get hit by cars because they run out. And people don't see them running out of the field or whatever. Shirley says, kangaroos aren't mean. They can be very friendly when they get used to you. It is the males that fight when you are mating. Oh. And Leanne asks, aren't peacocks mean? Are all the animals mean? They're probably mean in Travis says that you guys enjoy the rest of the stream. Time for fairy tale. Well, enjoy your movie, Travis. Thanks for hopping on. We'll see you next time. They are too many. They come out at night a lot. Oh, that sounds like deer. Our deer come out at night. Well, like dusk almost. And that's when a lot of people hit them because it's dark out and they don't see them. Melissa says, laughing out loud, my husband was actually hit by a deer once here. Like in his car, or just hit as a person? Like he personally got hit. That's funny. Well, not really funny, but Grace asks Shirley, do you have koalas? Yeah, I was wondering that too. Leanne says, like Gilmore Girls, the deer hit me. All right, Sophia, stop. The peacocks are easily scared. Jessica says the peacocks are easily...
Is it working yet?
Well, I don't know. It's like very slow. It's probably our internet because we all are on it. I don't know what to do when that goes. All right. I don't know. Can we still see me? I don't know. Can you hear me? I think I might be okay now, maybe. Or to just stop completely. Hey, can you please stop? Go.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm back on. Am I good? I think it's way better now. I didn't do anything, Janine. I don't know. I hope it's not because we're all on the internet and we need to. I'm going to have to change things around maybe. All right, my next color is going to be 598. Sophia, you're making a lot of noise. Please stop. Missing Stitches says, good morning. Good morning. Alyssa says, my husband was stopped at a stop sign in his car when the deer ran. Oh, yeah. I've seen that too. That's scary too, when they just run out. They're not the smartest little animals, I don't think, sometimes when they cross the road. Next color is going to be 3761. Everyone's saying it's better now, it's better now. It seems a bit better now, seems better. Okay. I don't know. YouTube is funny like that. It's either YouTube or my internet. I did get an error on my OBS saying that my connection was slow, so, but it's not there anymore. One, two, three. The next color is going to be 964. I'm doing 3760, almost bingo. Almost. The next color is going to be 3756. It's a very light white color. We're going to end the thread now, and I'm going to do a pin stitch. Nice, lovely drink of my water. Next color is 320. It's a green color. I think this blue is like a little flag coming in. There's like a banner, a flag banner right here coming in. There's only one of them, so we're just gonna pin it. And this number is 320, so I'll put it on my board. This next one is going to be 317. Melissa says, this isn't going to be another bowling pin. Lizard cockatoo moment, is it? No, because I know this is a banner. But, yeah. That, I still think that on that one it's a lizard. So, I know. It looks so weird. Now, would you think this reddish color, this thing right here, Alyssa, what do you think that is? I mean, you probably already heard me talking about it, though. Just teasing. You're fine, Alyssa. I know you're teasing. This next number is 413. A hot dog. Oh, that is not a hot dog. This right here is actually going to be a squirrel. I think it's a big, it looks like a really big squirrel on top of this camper. Next number, I'm doing some ninja stitching right now. 3770. Janine says, I'm going to say that's an awful big squirrel. Yes, it is. But it is really a squirrel. It's actually a very big one in my opinion. No, I did not stitch it wrong. So if anyone's ever wondering, if I run out of needles, like I'm on my last needle, I have to, then I'll put this on the bobbin. This little bit of thread. I can't put it on my needleboard because I don't have any more needles. I've used all of them. They're all on my needleboard right now. The next one is number 3. What? Janine says. Grace says, what? Squirrel? Yep. There's a squirrel in this one. There's a lot of little animals in this one, actually. Oh, I just stitched that totally wrong. Let's try that again. It's not a lizard. No, it's not. Or, no, that's not a lizard. So, Leanne, were you on the other night when I was doing my, the Amazing Animal Kingdom? There is the part that I was stitching on. I think the little thing looks like a lizard. And we were having a discussion on what people thought it looked like. But it's supposed to be a cockatoo. I think I'm saying that bird's name right. Bird. But I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I even went and looked at a picture that night afterwards. And still couldn't figure it out. It was a good time though. The next number is 3023. That's what I like about cross stitch. You get, when you're stitching, you're like, what is that? And then you have to go look and see. Godzilla of squirrels. What's this? Godzilla of squirrels. Uh-oh, now we aren't going to know what she does when she runs out of needles. Come back, come back, come back. No, I have to keep this one, so I'll just keep using this one until I take another thread off the needleboard. But I have to get through the park threads before I can get another needle. All right, 3023. And Leanne says, he. I didn't see it live, but I saw it. That bird had identified a crisis. Yes, it did. This next number is 644. And it's still on one. Oh my lordy. Ninja stitching. And there's nowhere to park too, so. Huh. Next color is 2. And there's more than one stitch. Oh no. Did you see what I just did, everyone? I don't know if anyone saw that. I hit the paint bucket and then it colored everything. Thank God there's a reverse button. That's all I have to say, because I have done that. I have done that many times. So it'll color it all, but then when you reverse it, it goes back and it does your count. It keeps your count still too. So that's a good thing. If it didn't, mine would be so messed up. My counts would be messed up because I've done that a couple times. And I don't know if I've done it on the live, but I usually do it at home or when I'm not live. And Leanne says the undo button is amazing. Yeah, it is. Thank God for it. It definitely is amazing. And this next one is 3072. There's a lot. I've been doing a lot of air stitching too tonight. A lot of light colors. Melissa says, okay, I looked at the hot dogs and it is actually a squirrel. It is a squirrel. I think there is hot dogs on here, isn't there? I think it's at the bottom. Isn't it by the campfire? Or the picnic table? That'd be a weird place to put hot dogs, at the top of the tree. Melissa. The hot dog's at the top of the tree. On top of the camper. Trying to keep them away from the bears. Actually, I'm surprised there's not a bear in this. Is there? Alright, next number is going to be 3765. It's a blue color. There is a bear. Oh, okay. Is it at the bottom? Everything's at the bottom. I'll be stuck in this camper for a while. Alright, let's see where this one is going to go. There is a bear and it's by the lake holding. Oh, okay. It probably doesn't have the hot dogs, or it's probably not eaten or anything. Okay. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be for lives this week. Starting Friday. Well, I don't think I'll go live at all over the weekend because I won't be home. So I know for sure that. So Wednesday night, if I do every other night this week, the next night would actually be Wednesday night. And we're supposed to get some storms on Wednesday. I don't know if it's during the day or night. But if it's during the night, I might not go live because it'll just get interrupted and we won't be able to stream. This next number is 3799. So I think I'll play it by ear for Thursday or Wednesday night and see just how the weather is first. If it's not bad, then I'll hop on. And last time, I think, Yogi just got finished, and then I hopped on. So, yeah, that kind of works out good. And I'm going to park this over here. Next color is 3808. Kind of like a dark tealy color. Struggling getting thread out right now. Trying to think of what. So let's see. Forgot what my stitch is going to be on Wednesday. What I spun for. Oh. Wednesday is the grand butterfly ball. So that would be a good one. That's a lot of block stitching though. Where I'm at right now. That might be a good one too. Dude, I'm in the wrong spot. That doesn't go there. I was up too high. Janine, I got my 1,000 stitches plus stitches in Dragon Race. It's gonna work on Storyteller's View, Aimee Stewart, tomorrow. You got 1,000 stitches in just today? Oh, I wish I could just... I can't even pass... 300. Oh, she says, oh no, it takes me 3 days to 1,000 stitches. Okay. Oh, I feel better. I just wasn't sure. I don't know how some people can get I don't even know how people get 500 in. I guess I really do get 500 stitches in, but just not on the same project. Because I do, like, I've already done about 200 stitches this morning with my other 2 projects. And this one's probably got, well, this block will definitely be at 100, and then whatever was on these 2 blocks. So that'll be close to 200, I bet, on this one. So really, I guess I got 400 stitches in one day. This next number is 314. I'm sorry, 3814. I'm collecting some needles now. And stuff is coming off the needle board. Oops. Next number, 3842. Yes.
I gotta go to bed.
Good night.
Can you check Bobby's laundry when you're done?
Yes, I'll go check the laundry.
I just sang good night.
Oh, you bothered him.
So sorry. I said good night. Let me finish. Check off.
Just because it says my highest stitch in one day were 1,600, and it was my record. Oh my! Nope. Was that full crosses or 10 stitches? Never. I will never actually ever get 1,000. I would have to be like the only thing I do during the day, I guess. I don't even know if that would. Like I actually got 500 stitches in Toy Shop on Sunday, but that was because it's my daily stitching, so I usually do 200 stitches on it. So I did that, and then I spun for it. So then I did an extra 300. And I was kind of tired last night, so I was like, I'm just gonna stitch for the rest of the night and not do anything else. After we went and had pizza. Grace says, Janine, do you stitch after 1,000 stitches? And Janine says, I average about 200 to 300 a day when I'm working a little more in the weekends. Janine says, I also do 1,000 stitches on a new start. Then do 500 on other projects before I switch. I tried doing that. The 500, that was a big fail for my part. I don't know. I actually like getting a new project every day out. I like my 100 stitches of the same pattern every day. And then I'll do like the next ones to be a new one every day. I do like that. And Grace says, Janine, that's a great plan. It's full crosses. Okay. And Janine says, my hands would be so sore if I did over 1,000 in one day. Mine too. Actually, my shoulder probably would be so sore. And then not on top of that, my legs would probably be sore for stitching that long. They already get sore just for sitting for 2 seconds. I think I just had a thread pull out of my thing. Let me put this in, and then there's a thread hanging in the back. And I think it was one of my Park threads that got pulled out. So I'm gonna I don't know what thread it was. Okay, I'll leave that for later. Janine asked if I sat in a hard chair. No. No, I don't think none of my chairs are hard. This next number is 3845. There's only one stitch here. And we're going to park it. Okay, after I do this stitch, I'm going to turn my work over for a minute, and I'm going to see where this thread is, because there's a loose thread in the back. It's very long, and I keep grabbing it. just going to cut it because I don't know where it came from. I think it's a part thread that came loose. All right, now that I'm off the camera, hold on, let me fix you back up. Sorry about that. Alyssa says, how do you like stitching with the stand on? Is it better? This stand it's not too bad actually. I mean, I'd rather be on my Lowry stand, but this one's not bad for film, like just doing these lives. And I actually figured out how to, like, before I used to have my camera like right on top of this cross stitch and I couldn't see anything. It was horrible. And I figured out I can actually keep it up higher, up in the air more than my camera, than right on top of this. So that has helped a lot too. So now I'm a little closer to my project. I feel before, when I first started doing lives, I was just far away from stitching. Like it's too far from my eyes. So I'm going to thread both of these threads real quick. Well, just this one thread. This is 3847. Like this stand that I have what I'm doing right now, like in front of me I have the extra fabric in a little a bag that I made that I made for my knitting stuff, but it didn't work out, so I'm using it as just to hold my fabric while I am on live. So when I'm stitching with my Lowry stand, I just keep my fabric. I don't do anything. I just let my fabric hang everywhere. I don't roll anything up when I'm sitting in my chair in the living room. Nothing gets rolled up. Nothing gets tucked into anything. All right, we're gonna park this thread. Let's see, 2, 4, 5. Janine says, I just realized you are not doing this one block by block. What? I am doing it by block by block. I am on a block. Oh, so Janine, I'm doing it block by block, but yes, before, this is one of my ones I tried doing cross country. So yes, there is some stitches that are already stitched, And that's because I tried to do cross country, but I don't like it, so I went back to my block by block. 3851. So yes, there is some stitches that are on here already done because I tried to do cross country. I think I picked like the hardest cross stitch to do on my lives. Like I picked the ones that have a lot of ninja stitching on it. Confetti and ninja stitching. Actually, I don't plan my lives. I just do, this is a spin that got spun for today. So, all right, my next color is going to be 415. 415. It's a silver color. At least this stitch has more than one stitch. I think I did 5. Yes, 5. So this will probably be, well, it is going to be my last block. Did I go there? We should probably get done about 10, hopefully, or a few minutes before. Because it looks like a lot of still ninja stitching. I'm gonna park this little guy down here. 1, 2, 3. All right, the next color is going to be 517. Janine says, time for bed for me. Thanks for live tonight. Always fun. Good night. Good night, Janine. Have a good one. Thank you for hopping on. We will see you soon. Alyssa said, it looks so nice even if you have a giant hot dog on top of your camper. Yep, even if I do have the hot dog on the camper, it's gonna look so nice. I think these last stitches, let's see how many. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more colors. And it looks like maybe only 3 of them have more stitch than 1 stitch. Next number, 519. So far they are all on my needleboard. This is probably where it comes unnecessary to, like, what's this little light blue stitch gonna do different to whatever I'm stitching on right here? I think it's a banner, I believe. All right, next color, 520. I'm getting very lucky for these one little stitch that they're on my board. Next number is 554. It's a purple. Have to get Melissa asked if I've ever had any problems doing my block by block with lines. No, I haven't seen any lines on mine. But again, I'm not very far on a lot of my projects, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But I'm kind of hoping I don't ever see lines. Right now, I've never seen a line. I would think I would start seeing lines if they were going to happen, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. Alyssa says, I haven't seen any, and I think they would show even in the early stage of the pieces. Yeah, I think so too. 647. Next time we want to see the hot dog squirrel. Actually, okay. I'll try to remember that. So after this block, I would go up here because this is the 5th row because that's what I'm doing with my projects now. It's 5 rows. So I would go up to this top block next time, and I would have to finish, yeah. So it might be a couple more different times. I'll bring it back out when I get close to that hot dog, when it comes back out. But it might be a little bit, Melissa. The way I go through my projects, it takes me a little bit to get through them. Because I do have 60 projects. So every other month, every other month, is it? Oh, I'm stitching the wrong stitch. Let me frog this little guy out. I stitched, this should be a different stitch here. It should have been up one more. Tina says, I'm almost 50% on my Hayes South stitching block by block, and I have no lines. Oh, that's good to hear. So, yeah. Then unless I don't think I'll have lines. Melissa says, haha, you called it a hot dog too. We'll have to have every project that, Alyssa, you'll have to figure out a name for something that's popping out. Gracie says, it looks like your stitchings are very even and you don't pull too tight, which would cause tension lines. Okay. So, I guess the other thing is I don't, all my stitches go the same way. I don't know. I always start at the left-hand corner, go down the right top, then do the right-hand corner, left top on all my stitches. All right, 6, 4, 7 goes back. The next number is going to be 6, 4, 8. Seriously, I should have just left that stitch in there instead of frogging it, because this color that I'm doing is about the same color. Now this to me sometimes gets a little ridiculous when you have one stitch and it literally looks like the last color that you just stitched almost. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to another, and this one is 943. I've been lucky so far. Almost all these colors have been on my board. Melissa says, I've done the block by block with real confetti heavy pieces, but I'm thinking about doing it even when it's not super confetti. I do it, yeah. I do it for everything. If I come back on live on Wednesday, I think we'll be doing some non-confetti. It shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be as bad as this one. It looks like we have 3 more colors. This next one is 955. one's a light green. All right, this next one is 958. We're getting there, we're getting there. These little banners are kind of cute, aren't they? Melissa says, they are cute. This is a nice little piece for the summer. It is, isn't it? It's a cute one. And I don't stitch by seasons, though. So we could be doing a Halloween or a Christmas one. It just comes on my wheel and I spin it, or I stitch it. All right, my last one is 996. Okay, we're going to stitch this last one, and then I'm going to show you how much I did. And because it is right at the dot at 10 o'clock. So that worked out perfect, doing this block. So I probably have, I know I did, this block was 100, and then I had, so I bet you I'm close to 200, maybe less. Anyone want to guess before I show you it? Because I already had some stitches already done because I was doing that a while back. I did that cross country. And that's the other thing. I want to get these blocks done so then my numbers are whole numbers. Okay, let's see if I can park this. I hope I can. 1, 2, 3. Alyssa says 256. Grace says 225. Okay, I'm going to get my thing here. I'm going to show you. So this is where I am currently at. It's coming along. Alyssa says 5 million. Yeah, I don't think so. So there's where I am currently. And so let's see where, I'm trying to use my mouse and it's not going to work. Let's see what I got today. Oh, I got 272. 272. Who's closest? Alyssa would be the closest. Congratulations. I did 272 on this one today. That's pretty good. It's almost 300. So yeah. 272. All right. And then I will show one more time of what it'll look like after it is complete. So that's where it is. Oh, there's a little bear by the tires. So it's got some raccoons, some bears. There's a rabbit in there. Oh, Alyssa, there's hot dogs. It's on the picnic table. There's all kinds of stuff. And that squirrel in the corner, top corner. Suki, okay, so Tina says, Alyssa says, yay, good job. That's good. All right, guys. I want to thank everyone for hopping on. I really enjoy doing this. So just stay in touch. I will post when I go live again. Don't forget to put them notifications on. I appreciate every one of you. So it's time for me to head to bed. I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, it's getting late. Look at all the food. No wonder why there are so many animals laughing out loud. Alyssa says laughing out loud. I know, but that's the best part. That's what I want to stitch. I can't get there soon enough. Just can't get there soon enough. And then Alyssa says, hope you all have a good night. All right, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you later. Oh wait. So see you later. Bye. Good night.